After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 533. Today is Tuesday, December 20th, 2022. Yes, it's not a Monday. It is Tuesday. December 20th, 2022, as we are recording. Yes. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
We want to welcome all new and returning viewers to the Fun in the Woman Cave. If you're new, we're glad you found us. We hope you find something that you like and you'll continue to join us. If you want to get notifications and become official, just tap the little bell and hit the little subscribe button gently, and we will have you will have notifications sent, as Father Mike says. You subscribe and notification will be sent to you. They'll just be sent to you. So we'd love to have you. And if you are returning, we're glad that you are returning, and we're always happy to have you with us. If you are in the shadows, either new or returning, as I told the new people, please feel free to become official, so that you just press the little bell and the little subscribe button. And if you want to take part in the alongs and things like that, that take place in our home group, which is PHN podcast.freeforms.net. And that's in the little description box below the video. Before we get into the tea and everything, I do want to give you a little public service announcement in that we are going to be going a little more quickly. My husband's home this week, and he asked me when we're going to be finished with this so we can have lunch. So I'm going to just kind of skim through the alongs, and then we're going to go to the projects and then go from there. Okay.
Yeah, because I was falling asleep on my desk. So
this is nothing new. So, all right.
And this isn't the last day for the alongs, which is helpful. We have everything on each along at the beginning of normal podcast. Maybe we should consider in the future, because of fatigue and such, putting that information at the end of a podcast.
I don't like doing that because people don't stay for the whole thing, and then they don't get the information.
Right. My one concern is that because we have this long monologue at the beginning for someone who has fatigue, I'm already zoning.
I can do it by myself, that part of it, if you want me to, but it's just...
I don't want to necessarily do that too. We'll discuss later.
We'll discuss it later. All right. So, how many projects do you have?
Oh, let me check my notes, because I did actually do my notes this time. That one more step to normal.
I need to have glasses just in case. I'm trying to baby my eyes a little bit because they've been giving me some trouble. So
yeah, she's supposed to get set up for an eye appointment because she might need her glasses. 4.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I've got 3.
Okay.
All right.
So, what did I do? We actually took a little longer steeping because I was tired enough that I actually accidentally steeped my sugar by itself. So,
you have very good sugar water for that tea.
I've done it only once before, but that tells you the level of fatigue I have today. But eventually I figured out I need to steep my tea, which is the spiced green tea from our tea of the month from Adagio.
She's doing today's.
Today's tea of the month. It's not tea of the month. It's today's.
It's the December box.
December box. You get a different tea each day.
Community.
Yes, and it's got green tea, orange, natural spice flavor, cinnamon, ginger, moderate caffeine. And caffeine's not working for me today. I had a Mott's this morning. Didn't touch my fatigue. I don't know if it works like it does for people with ADHD. If you have,
or if you're just too tired.
I mean, and
sometimes you're just too tired.
I also don't seem to be affected by caffeine. Except coffee makes me jittery because I can feel my. But other than that, I don't get affected by caffeine.
I don't do it a lot either. Although I have noticed that if I'm dozing, certain teas do help. Are you
using your spoon or can I do quick?
I am using it, but you can use it anyway.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, guys, if you're wearing earbuds. I left my packet, but this is a winter solstice retreat tea, and it's tomorrow's. I've been trying to stay at least a day ahead. It's been really hard to stay ahead.
And I should have probably had that one yesterday. I wasn't sure if you had it. And I was like, I already have my Mott. the one I should have had this one yesterday, so I
Mhm.
would have been on schedule with you.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure if you had yours,
Mhm.
and I already had my mott set up, so I
Yeah.
just had it again.
And it was very hard for me to get my tea in yesterday because we were gone a good portion of the day.
Yeah.
Mm.
Not sure because I steeped this differently with the sugar, if it's not quite sweet enough, or because I still have my cookie in my mouth.
That's probably it because I know that it's taking some time for this as well.
I'll let this sit then.
This kind of tastes like a weak Tourange.
That will probably be the chocolate in your mouth.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to say what the along is and move on. I'm not going to go.
Right, because if you're also doing the along, you have access to it.
Right. It's all the along information for all the alongs are in the group, and we will have new alongs. The new alongs coming up are Ready, Set, Go, and the year long is going to be something to do with movies, and we're still working out the details.
And that might also be something we need to consider is maybe at the beginning of the month, we run through all the details and then throughout to just be like, this is the along, the details are in the threads because everyone who has access, they don't necessarily need us to repeat all the details every single time.
Yeah, we could talk about that. I may suggest a compromise where maybe once a month I do.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Okay, that works.
Okay.
That works when you have the change of alongs going
Yeah.
out. Well, not the change,
No,
but yeah.
every month I say because there might be new people who
That
you know,
works. That works.
and we'll talk about that. But that might be something because it does take a long time to get through these along things.
And you sometimes have fatigue or you sometimes get tired after the machine. And then with my fatigue level, adding something at the beginning that's just long, that's not really much interaction, doesn't really help me stay awake.
Right. Okay, so let's move ahead. As I said, our group is phnpodcast.freeforums.net, and that's in the description box below. We have 3 alongs that are going on. If you guys have been doing this all year, if you want to take part in this for the last week and a half, you need to join the group, and the rules are in the group. The first one is PHN Tea and Tails, Cal Lal. It has to do with tea and tails. The featured patterns and yarns are anything that's mine, Talia's, or Laura's, and KF Jones, Mom Cook, and Joanna Johnson. Okay. And all the multiple chances for a prize and all that are in the thread. Okay. And we will be doing 2 polls for this, one for the quarter and one for the whole year. The toy along is also still running, and that's just toys. And the featured yarns and patterns are the same. They're the people I just mentioned, all of them. And
once again, information is in the thread.
It's in the thread. And this, we did make a caveat on this because somebody said something, I think it was you or somebody said, if the yarn has like, I have a colorway called My Favorite Teddy Bear.
It was me.
Okay. That we are accepting that as well. Something like that. Okay. But not like you name your project My Favorite Teddy Bear. It has to be a yarn that's My Favorite Teddy Bear or, I don't know,
Rabbit?
Care Bear or something. No, rabbit. No, that's too open.
Yeah.
Care Bear or something like that.
That makes sense.
It would be at our discretion. Okay.
G.I. Joe. I don't know.
Yeah. G.I. Joe's not a, well, I guess it is a toy.
It is a toy.
Yeah,
it started as a toy.
Barbie. Yeah. Barbie, that kind of stuff. Okay. What was I going to say? Look, chance there was something I was going to say and I don't remember what it was. I don't know. It's all in the threads.
Yeah, all the important stuff is in the threads.
I'm not used to doing it this way, so it throws me off.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The hashtag for this is PHN Toy 2022. The other one I believe is PHN Tea and Tails.
It's in the description. I'm starting to put it in the description now, which is also going to be helpful for people. You won't have to repeat that information again.
Right.
Maybe we can talk about me putting. Well, that'd be a very long description box.
We'll figure it out. Out with the old Cal Lal is the other one, and this one is just me, Talia, and Laura for featured yarns and patterns. And as we said, the different ways of getting multiple chances at a prize is only for the finished object. It's in the thread how you can do that. Okay.
And where can you find the thread?
PHNpodcast.freeforums.net. The projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted. And the thing is, there is a thread open that not many people are taking advantage of. You still have 2 weeks. Actually, you have more than 2 weeks because we are going through New Year's, maybe even through Valentine's Day.
Right. It's
a holiday thread. Put your recipes.
We should put it at least past your birthday.
Yeah.
But Valentine's Day would be perfect.
We'll probably leave it open till Valentine's Day.
When is Epiphany?
January something.
Oh, I thought there was something that was in February.
I think it's in January.
While you're talking, I'll
I
look
don't
up
know.
Epiphany.
Anyway,
You're probably right.
there is something in February, but I don't know what it is.
I thought there were, maybe it's the baptism or the circumcision.
I don't know. I can't think of it right now. I'm
Okay.
trying to not lose my train
sorry.
of thought. So put in that thread there. Somebody donated. Rena donated 2 very beautiful skeins of yarn, and right now I think we only have one person who's eligible for it, and she's probably going to kick me when she finds out I'm keeping saying, "Come on, people, put stuff in," because it's really pretty yarn. So put your recipes. What are you doing? What are you making? What are holiday traditions? Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be personal, or even you can take a picture and put that in. Something that just
that one's just a fun. Let's enjoy
fun.
the holidays.
And somebody, like I said, Brenna donated these beautiful skeins of yarn. So I wish I was eligible because they're pretty. So you might want to do that. Okay, so that takes care of our alongs. As I said, I don't know all of the alongs that we're doing at the beginning of the year. I have to check. I believe it's just the Ready, Set, Go, and then the all year along with the movies. If there's something else, I need to check and see.
Yeah. Just to cover our curiosity, January 6th is the Epiphany.
Okay.
It is the presentation. That's
yep.
February 2nd. It used to be February 14th to be a certain number of days after Christmas, but then they moved it.
Right, of course they did.
So yes, there you go. We could even claim that continuing the Christmas season, but we can do it to Valentine's Day. That's the original presentation, and it's Valentine's Day.
It's Valentine's Day. We'll go to Valentine's Day, which means the day after Valentine's Day will be closed.
Right.
That's the holiday thread. Yes, I know there's St. Patrick's Day. Yes, I know there's Easter, but if we keep that open,
it'll be forever open,
and we're not opening it forever. So
it'll make it less special.
Yeah. So this is going to be, if we do this again in the future, it will probably be from Halloween through Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I mean, because it's nice to have something like a holiday thread, and that's a huge holiday season.
Yes,
right there. Usually, that is the holiday
season. Yeah, it starts with Halloween.
Yeah,
which I don't quite see the attraction to, but that's fine. I would personally start it with Thanksgiving, but people like Halloween.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you can also
and it is
spin
all
it
Saints,
as
All
that's what I was going to say. All Saints, All Souls.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to projects, you have more than I do.
That is correct. Okay, let me pull up my first one. So my first one is, I think the herself is nowhere near. Did you have her go wrapping stuff?
Not yet.
Okay. So in my see, I'm stuck. This is one thing that's annoying about about my brace. I was telling Dad, it keeps the links will catch on things, or the lobster clasp.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly trying to free myself from things.
I have to be careful when I wear my shawl, the one I made for you, the one it keeps catching when I go to the church's bathroom door, it catches on that handle.
It catches on my rollator all the time.
Yeah, it catches. I'm just apparently.
So when you hear a lot of times I got caught on this. That's actually why I started making my forest floor shawl without the holes.
Yeah.
Because at work I would constantly catch the hole on a doorknob and I'd be pulled back or I'd lose my shawl.
Well, the one you made for me doesn't have the holes.
Yeah, I only made the holes once, or I made it twice. I might have done it twice, but and then of course I made a bigger version. I completely rewrote the end of it for my yellow one, which is my favorite one. Apparently my big yellow sweater and my getup I wore yesterday was very, I think he said Mexican.
Okay.
Apparently it's not normal for most people to wear a huge canary yellow. I don't think it's canary yellow.
It is pretty close to canary yellow.
I like yellow too. Okay, but anyway, I actually got a chance to work on this a bit. I'm gonna have to see how many other things she has. Maybe that she has some that don't catch as much. Because you can replace these. You can get different kinds. So I'll take a look at some for others.
Not now, you're not.
No, not now, but later on I'll take.
I meant after the season.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even if it's something that I look at and put it aside, you know. And she might not have anything that, doesn't catch.
I'm sure you should be willing to converse with you about it.
Yeah, oh, yeah, she's very good about working with people. I do know there's a certain level of limitation, though, because, of the nature of what it is. It's what allows it to be flexible. But anyway, so this is a bag that I got from Near's Magic. The whole reason I got distracted because I got caught on this.
Right.
because it has that little weave there. But this is my soft brown bag with cute kitties inside playing with yarn.
Did I get that for you? Did you buy it yourself?
I think you got it for me.
Yeah, I thought I
It's been
did.
too long, but I
Yeah.
don't think I've actually ever purchased any of these bags.
Yeah.
I think you got all of the ones I have because I have this one and I think I have one other one that you
Yeah,
gave
I
me.
think so. The one I gave Davina is really soft too.
Yeah, this all of the ones that she has are soft. I don't remember what I have in the other one. This is the one I use most frequently.
I've
But-
got all my prizes in my one that's blue and white, like a basket.
Uh-huh.
That one's not as soft as this one, but the other one is. My black one is.
But this is the Quicksilver sweater. This is Davina sweater that I've been working on forever.
It's been a while since you've done that.
Well, because of all the other knitting I had to do,
Mhm.
that was on more of a time limit. Plus, I was at a point where I didn't have enough socks that had priority.
Mhm.
Because that's all I wear now is the knit
I
socks.
have to wash my socks.
I have a couple socks I wear a lot that I need. They're older ones that I need to mend because they deserve that.
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to put holes in the one that you made me out of Heidi's yarn. I was using them on the machine.
Heidi's yarn holds up pretty well. The only reason I've ever put holes in hers is because I wore them a lot, like over the years. I wore them in shoes. There's a couple times where I remember running out on gravel with them on. So those socks had been abused, and those were one of my earlier. That was before I went through a long period of not knitting any socks. So her stuff holds up pretty well. The one I'd be more concerned about is your Miss Babs pair.
Oh yeah, I wear those only in my slippers.
Because those they're not meant for that. But anyway, this is the
That's good.
pattern is Hillcrest Coat by Amy Miller. Now I do know that because of the way they place the chart, I have flipped which cable is on which side. Like they say the right side cable, and it's on the right side of the pattern, but really they should put the left one on that side because the way you're knitting it, the right cable is now on the other side. It doesn't matter because I'm being consistent.
You just flip it.
But yeah, I just looked at him like, oh, well, I'm not redoing it.
Well, Davina's not going to know the difference.
No. Honestly, I don't think anyone really would. I noticed because I was looking at the chart. Well, the only reason why I don't think she'd notice is because it's not like I changed it in the middle. I'm consistent throughout. It looks like it's on purpose. Yeah, I do know, but I don't think she would know it unless she knew the pattern, simply because it's not like the other one where I was doing all my cables right and then I cabled the wrong direction. The cables are all in the same direction for this, so it looks like it's on purpose. So
it's really pretty.
Yeah, this is really soft. I really want to make myself a sweater out of this yarn.
Yes,
that's Knit Picks. I think it's Swish Bulky. And I have multiple colors just sitting in my
I have Swish Bulky in my dye stuff.
Oh, I love
some of it, not a lot.
It's so soft. So nice to knit with. I'm finished. I'm doing the pockets because this is one of those hidden pockets. I forget what they're called. They have a name, but I have to work all the way down to a certain point, and then I will knit them together.
Right.
So then she just slides her hand in. It's a really nice setup. I really like this design. And it gives her the cable that she's been wanting. It gives her a heavier sweater. She doesn't own heavy sweaters. She has this like aversion to wearing a sweater for some reason. So I think because this is knit particularly for her, it has cables, which she's been wanting a cabled sweater forever.
It's gray.
It's gray. So I think she'll actually wear this one. And it's soft. She does have tactile, like what she really loves it really soft. I can see her petting this. I want to pet it. So I'm pretty sure. So I think she would actually wear this instead of you having to fight her to get anything warm. Like she has this stupid little like dress sweater thing that's not a sweater. It's
a shirt.
Yeah, it's basically a shirt. It's one of those things that someone might put on. You just keep the chill off a little bit. Like when you go to, if you had like a strapless or strapped dress or something.
It's an overshirt.
Yeah, that's all it is. Or like, yeah, for like one of those twin sets, something like that. It's
not even heavy as that.
Yeah, but I mean, that it kind of evokes that kind of idea where it's really not a sweater, and she calls that a sweater.
Sorry, guys. Thankfully,
she does have the one I crocheted for her way back when, but I mean, it's crocheted and has, holes in it. That's what it's meant to have. This will be nice for keeping her warm. And I ought to every once in a while knit her something like this because she will appreciate it. She's not getting the really complex cape of ones that she wants because I simply don't always have that brain power anymore. But I'm hoping this will suffice.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm writing a note here.
I think she also wants the shaping and stuff that my green one has. This one has a little bit of shaping, but it's simply not the same amount. But yeah, that's not happening right now.
Okay. You done?
Yes, I am.
All right.
I do recommend the pattern and the yarn. Very nice.
Okay. Put my glasses on. Okay, this is my film noir shawl pattern from the scrap shawl pattern by Anastasia Sattel. And this is, basically, like it says, a scrap shawl. Yes, I'm using full skeins, but with this, it's not like doing the KF Jones thing where you have little things. As you get bigger, you need more than just scraps.
Like a log cabin.
Yeah. Okay, so here, I don't think I'm going to be done with this by Christmas.
No,
I don't see it
not
happening.
if you want to get the length that you want it
Yeah,
to be.
I mean, it's already a shawlette.
Yeah, because
but
generally leading up into Christmas, the days get a little busier.
Yeah, so you can see that this is growing. I'm getting ready to change colors.
Try not to knit your tail into my sock.
Yeah. So yeah, it's moving along nicely. It's in my knitting's my bag, angel bag. And I had hoped to finish this, but to be quite honest, I haven't felt like doing anything. I did I put up one colorway. I still have two that have to go up because I just haven't had time to I took pictures.
Well, you've done baking.
I did bake some, but I got one of the gift bags out, but I'm still working on the others.
And you've been reading.
Yeah.
She found a new book series. So
yeah, to give you an idea of how much I like this, I started the series in October, middle of October, I think. And there's 8 books in the series, and I'm currently 30% through book number 6, which I started yesterday.
And she doesn't have the same block of time that I have to read.
So I just, yeah, I haven't even had a chance to write. I need to do the shared story. And
well, maybe this is helping you a little bit because you are reading, and so that is useful. For people who might have been wondering, because I had invited Brittany to join my team for the Finding Christy readathon. Our team won. We're very happy about it.
Yes, very proud.
So thank you, Brittany, for joining our team.
The other reason that I had some difficulty is I've been having some pain in my hands. So I finally broke down today and took my medicine because
Brittany said where she's at, it sounds like there's snow coming. I know we're not in the same part of the country, but maybe we can get some of that.
We're not that far away from them.
Are we not? Okay.
No. I mean, they're pretty close to Grandma, Grandpa.
Are they?
I mean, not Grandma, Grandma. If I understand correctly, they're a little further west.
I think I'm not quite sure where on the map, and also I always forget which one she's.
I think she's Illinois.
Yeah, I always forget which one.
I think she's Illinois. I'm not positive. But anyway, so yeah, anytime weather comes in, I hadn't been doing anything. In fact, I was planning on doing a lot of knitting and crocheting during the doctor's appointment. I didn't. I just read. I also didn't know how long your visit would be.
Right.
But
most of the time, honestly, he's not taken up in the visit itself. It's waiting for him to come because, I mean, he's a good doctor. He does take the time for each patient.
He's an excellent doctor.
I have 2 very good specialists they take their time with their patients. So everyone comes expecting to wait. I mean, you'll hear the odd person in Dr. Abdallah's office complain, but
I think they're usually people who aren't used to being there.
They're the new people. They're the new people. They're not the ones who are consistently going, because the ones who are consistently going know what to expect. Also, the ones who are consistently going are the ones who are generally tend to be the sicker ones. So a lot of times we're just so like.
I'm talking about the people who drive or whatever.
Yes. No, because I think of the one where the kid couldn't even pick up his prescription because the mom was so upset they were there late and they just left.
Right.
And the kid apparently was like so embarrassed.
Right. Well, I can get that. I mean, it's just
doesn't
help the kid any if he doesn't get his medicine.
Right. Exactly. It's not his fault.
It's your turn.
Yes, I thought it might be. Let's see. Okay, so I'm sorry, guys. I'm having like some congestion. It's like it's not even bilateral. It's annoying. So I can breathe through one side, but not the other. So, I'm right back. Oh, this one.
Ah. Ah.
Just see if maybe that helps a little bit. Minorly. Sorry, it's my mast cell. It's why I'm constantly congested. So in my Fun in the Woman Cave bag is this is from our what? Is this 5 year?
5 years.
Oh no, Fun in the Woman Cave. This is okay. It was 5 years. Okay, that's right because I had design going with it.
Mm-hmm.
I was mixing up momentarily with my other design with the bag, the one that was Anne's idea, the bookworm.
The other one with Heidi.
Yeah,
That's old.
that is old. That was my first
even older.
collab.
Anne was very instrumental in us.
Well, she suggested I would have never thought of doing a collab.
Yeah.
You know, that would have just never occurred to
Well,
me.
she was very good about pushing us a little bit. I put her in the same kind of bracket as I do George
Mhm.
in some ways.
Well, because I'm not necessarily someone who goes, oh yeah, let me do this, amazing thing.
Whereas I will occasionally. I think that's one area I'm a little more adventurous than you are.
It's not even it just never occurs to me.
No, that's my point though. I mean, it's just I'm more likely to say, let's do this.
Right. It's interpersonal.
It's what?
You're very personal touch.
Oh.
So in this bag, these are
Sparkly.
yes, they are. This is a Christmas yarn that Mom got me last year for Christmas. Pretty sure it was last year.
I think so.
This pattern's actually the Dandelion Socks by KF Jones. I want to do this in the future with a longer stripe repeat because I think then you'd see it a little bit better. Plus, I want it with a slightly less dark yarn. So what happens is every time you change a color, you have a little pattern. And you can't really see it very well with this yarn between the sparkle, the short repeats, and the darkness of the yarn. So I didn't make a very good choice. It's beautiful.
You just can't see the pattern.
You just can't see the pattern very well. And I also changed the heel she had. This is a heel I usually see on colorwork socks. It's a very wide heel. I want to say it's a short row heel. I really don't like the short row heel. I've got a narrow heel, and I feel like it's just very loose. I feel like it's an ugly heel.
I don't like that when it's loose.
And it's an ugly heel. Like it just doesn't sit pretty when you look at it. It just I just don't like it. This is a pretty heel. So
this cools nicely.
I went ahead instead and did a heel flap heel turn. I changed it because I didn't like the other.
Heel flap heel turn?
Yeah. Where you do the heel flap and then you do a heel turn and then you have the gusset decreases. Okay. I did that kind instead of doing short row heel. The benefits of the short row heel is you don't have to do the gusset decreases. All of that is done. Your heel, you just do the increases and the decreases with the short rows, and then you're done. You go on to the rest of the socks.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's a cool setup. It's just ugly. And
is that the one that sticks out?
No, you're thinking of the afterthought heel.
I don't like
where it's
that
like
one.
A toe on the heel.
I don't like it. It looks like you have a deformed foot.
Well, yeah, because that one, it's literally once you get done with your sock, they just have you knit a toe, but your toe is not shaped the same as your heel. So, I mean, some people don't mind it, but that also makes an ugly sock.
I just can't get past the way it looks.
And that's what it's partially, both of those other heels are perfectly serviceable. Now, my problem with the other heels, besides the fact that it's ugly, it's wide and I've got a narrow foot. So for me, that's not a good heel anyway. But the afterthought, that's not the same issue because it's like a toe. I just don't think it's as pretty or as fun to work. So, but I do the afterthought with the Christmas stockings.
Well, that's different though. It's kind of nice to have the different shapes that you have.
Right, exactly.
It's okay with that.
Because I'm not wearing it. But this one, I do this is the kind of heel I prefer. I think it's prettier. For me, it's important for it to be pretty even when it's not on my foot. But this is a West Yorkshire Spinners yarn. I've told myself I have to finish one of the Christmas socks I have going before I could start the West Yorkshire Spinners Christmas yarns that someone was very kind to give to me before surgery.
Anonymously.
Yeah, anonymously. I'm having trouble speaking. Anonymously. This person sent me a whole pack of different Christmas yarns. I think it was 3 like patterned ones
And like 3 solids.
and 3 solids
Very
that,
nice
that
gift.
go together.
Very
They're
nice gift.
beautiful and they're all Christmas. But I can't let myself, I've already got 2 Christmas socks going. I need to finish one of them before I allow myself to start. But I'm sitting there like, which one do I
I
start?
don't make socks for myself. I have a person who makes socks. I don't do socks.
You need to dye up for me either one that you want to be like this one, which is the afterthought, not the afterthought, the not just more in boot socks, or you need to dye up the worsted with a nylon so you can have dance all night. And you had been talking about the fact that you wanted to do with Christmas yarn.
Yeah, I was talking about doing.
So maybe you can have it next year by Christmas time, so you would have something to wear while opening presents that feel really comfy.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing without packages, but then I was looking at my unconventional candy canes.
That would be fun too.
Yeah.
So you need to make up your mind. You need to dye it sometime,
during the year.
During the year, so that I can start knitting it. So you have them for Christmas.
Right.
But yeah, so this colorway, well, I call this project Tinseltown. The colorway I think is hold on. I have the band in here. I actually didn't write it for some reason. Oh, there we go. So this is signature. You can tell it doesn't come directly from West Yorkshire Spinners, that someone went through a different seller. And this is like kind of this person's, no, this was yours. This, you got me this one, I think. But you went through an Etsy seller and they put the sticker on here. And it's always kind of nice because then I know the name of the color. It's vintage tinsel. So it's actually my only, I should check my other ones because I think this might be my only sparkle West Yorkshire Spinners, but I don't quite remember all the new Christmas ones I have. If any of the other ones are sparkle, it would be that. And this is the blue. Hold on. My brain's just not working today, so I'm not gonna even try. This is juniper.
Okay, I was wondering if it was juniper again.
It was. I just yeah, I just forgot the name for a second. So yeah, this is a really easy one to do. It's just that I don't want to do if I'm half falling asleep because there is a point where there's a little bit of pattern. It's not like it's a long section where there's not a pattern. Honestly, I probably shouldn't even be working on anything with any pattern right now because I keep falling asleep. I should probably like pull out my watermelon ones, which is just knit. The
yarn does the work.
The yarn does the work, and maybe do that for a little while because I can tell you how many times, like the past couple of days, I will fall forward and fall asleep and I pull my needles out and I have to then go pick up stitches.
I'm a little concerned that you're still that tired, Talia.
Well, like I said, I want to maybe get checked out. I knew it wasn't surgery related. This has been an issue that's been going on. I want to talk to the doctor and see if this is just the state of my overstimulation, because I am better at nights, or if this is, maybe we have to look into narcolepsy, because the one girl who does the podcast, the YouTube channel where she does Jane Austen and things in that era, she has all my same things, but she also has narcolepsy.
Wonderful.
So it was the first time that I really thought about it as even being a possibility. Now, like I said, it could just be
whatever
overstimulation and you have to have a crash at some point. But yeah, it's fine. I learned I know how to pick up things really well.
Okay, now
Your turn.
In my B-Wing country bag, this is a gift from Brittany about what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Oh, I have no idea.
I love this bag. It makes me happy. Okay. I usually don't use these tall bags, but this one has been perfect. Absolutely love it.
Well, it's kind of like the bucket one I have for the platypus.
This is my Country Rose blanket from the Jelly Roll blanket pattern by KF Jones. It's a hot mess right now.
I'm so sorry for sniffling, guys.
Okay, so I've got a knot I'm gonna have to deal with later, but
which is the one I have to fix? Have you shown that one yet?
I haven't shown it yet. Okay, so this is it's coming along. Laura may get this thing. It depends.
The Laura scarf.
Yeah, it depends if a design I'm thinking about takes precedence. Precedence, not precedence. Precedence. But this is Heidi's yarn.
Precedent.
No, precedent. Precedent.
That's what I'm saying.
Precedent.
That's what I said.
Not president. Precedent.
I said precedent.
Didn't sound like it. Anyway, might be your congestion. Anyway, so this is Heidi's yarn up here. This is, I think, Mad Tosh down here. This is mine. I think this one is what's it called? Skino. And this one's mine, and this one's mine, and this one's mine.
This not mine.
This one's not mine. This one's mine. But anyway, this is a reference.
And for those who like to hear what the references are or don't watch as many movies as we do, that is from Fiddler on the Roof. I don't think there's another version out there, but just in case there is, it's the one with Topol.
Topol, and the guy who played Perchik, who he's talking to, is
No,
Paul
it
Michael
wasn't,
Glaser.
it wasn't Perchik, it was Motul. Oh, he's talking to Perchik, and Motul was the one who wasn't.
Right.
This
right.
is mine,
Was,
this
yeah,
is mine, this
right,
is mine.
Right.
And he's like,
No,
no, Motul.
I was correct.
This one's not mine.
I was correct.
I forgot who he's talking to.
He was talking to Paul Michael Glaser, who was playing Perchik.
Yeah, he was talking to Perchik.
Okay, so
I was so happy that I got to see Topol in his last run.
I was
of
so
doing
jealous.
it live.
I would love to have seen that.
Well, it's not like I could see very well from where I was,
Right.
but for if I were a rich man, he did sit.
Yeah, he wasn't older. Yeah,
he wasn't stomping around the stage.
Did he actually do the dance with Laser Wolf?
I can't remember because honestly, I was so mad at the idiots sitting near me.
Oh, I know.
Who were like,
well, let's not get into
they made us look bad.
Franciscan's what she means by looking
yeah.
bad.
I was so mad at them, so it distracted me.
He does that dance in the bar just before they do the bottle dance.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if he did that as well.
You see, I can't remember. The one thing that stuck in my head was the fact that he didn't do
right.
If I Were a Rich Man. He sat for that because it was such an obvious thing.
Mm-hmm. He was getting old.
Yeah, exactly. And I still have downstairs in my boxes like my
playbill,
and all that. I made sure Adam came with us for that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was actually in the area for that.
Adam's her cousin, my nephew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I can't remember if he came for that or for Phantom of the Opera. I feel like he came for that one though. All
right, it's your turn.
Okay. I got to see a lot of plays when I was at school because we would get discounts at the
college discounts.
Yeah, it was like a Pittsburgh theater. It was big enough that we got Topol. So let me check my shirts. I am glad I had those experiences. Okay, this one. And then of course I actually got to see Newsies on Broadway.
Well, that's what Grandma and Grandpa took.
And Grandpa, we got near to the front. I could actually see like really well. Getting those things where you wait in line forever to see if they have any tickets that are left over. You can get some really amazing seats and like a discount.
I wish I had a chance to do something like that. I did. The only thing I have close to that even is I went to Beatlemania.
It made my whole trip to New York. It was they mentioned it as the belated graduation present. Best. That was an amazing present. It's something that I think of. I have the hat that I got. I'm glad I went and I got my Newsies hat and my Newsies shirt and all that. Like, it's a treasured memory.
Especially now that you can't do it.
Especially now that I can't do it. And actually, I think the back of my hat, because it's one of those Newsy caps, I think it says Newsies in the back of it. And it's actually, I used to use it to block the sun when we go for a walk, because it was just the right area, and it's not as heavy as my cowboy hat.
Right.
I think even you would be able to handle Newsies. But
what?
Newsies cap. Like it wouldn't be a problem back here. Okay, so this is a bag I am surprised that I'm using as much as I am. Oh, let me make it so that my needles aren't poking him. This is the bag that I won from Cappy913. Kathy. She used to have a podcast, Knit Nerd, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
But she's been not doing it for quite a while.
Unless she started up again, which I doubt.
Yeah, I a lot of the people who were really doing a lot during that time period, what I consider like the heyday, aren't doing it anymore. But this, I believe she might have made this bag, and it's cute. I consider it a cowgirl bag, and I'm not a pink person, just am not. Usually if I wear pink, it's like a rose, like a dusky rose.
Well, I always remember her being tickled that we won one right after.
Yeah, exactly. So I do think she made this bag. It's a really good sock size bag, and this will probably always hold my shorty socks because it's just really good for this. And yeah, I'm really happy that I didn't expect to be using it like I am. So in my cowgirl bag, these are my highlighter bubblegum shorties. The pattern is Bubblegum Shorties by Sarah R. This was a free pattern. I believe this was a free pattern on Lovecrafts. And they tell you how much yarn you need for the shorties to have you weigh it out. because I wanted a way to use up some scrap ones, and I like to use shorty socks for when my feet are a little too hot, but I'm having enough neuropathy that I don't want to feel like the sheets on my feet because it kind of feels bad. So this is a good compromise. I tend to keep at least one pair of shorties. I have a little, that little bunny box my bunny mug came in. I put the Mikey fingerless mitts in there, and then on top of that, I put a pair of shorty socks.
Oh, okay.
So that if my feet suddenly need the shorty socks, I can just reach over when I'm in bed and put them on. Or if I suddenly am so cold that I feel like I need the fingerless mitts, it's at my bedside. I can just pull the fingerless mitts out. I have fingerless mitts scattered throughout my room. I have a pair that I keep on my desk for the same exact reason. I don't have a pair of socks at my desk though. Okay, so this is the first sock. It's really bright. Actually, having it on the blocker really helps because it doesn't blow out the screen quite as much. It's a really pretty pattern, and I think this might be a go-to pattern. It's got enough to keep you interested, but it also it's a pretty pattern. So that's that one there, and I want to show the other sock. I actually have made quite a decent amount of progress on it. I want to finish this because I'm on the second sock. I'm on the foot. And the only thing that's making it take long, well, I had to focus on a particular project, and then
that's good.
Fatigue. So
looks nice.
Yeah. So there we go. That's, as you can see, I have a bit more to go. I mean, it's not crazy amount. If I focused, I could get this done fairly soon. And, then I might allow myself to start another pair of Christmas socks. Maybe. No, I need to.
You have to finish your Christmas socks.
I have to finish my Christmas socks. I have so many socks and needles because I started so many for surgery when I magically thought that I would have like the brain power to do it during surgery. I don't know why I thought that.
You always think that.
Also, I didn't have nearly as much pain last surgery before that. I was able to sit up and I was able to knit. I underestimated the amount of pain I'd be in.
Right.
This surgery was very much more painful than the last one. Even though I knew that from looking at the girl's video.
You have to do another video. Or did you do it?
No, you're right. I do need to do another video with the walking normally because I meant to do it before and after. And I had always appreciated the fact that she had done one.
Right.
No, you're right. And then I need to make it available so I have people who are looking like I was and, trying to kind of make themselves feel better about a diagnosis, especially if you're like me, where you didn't present quite in the normal way. I never present in the normal way. So
we'll talk about that in life.
But yeah, so anyway, you're right. I do need to do that video.
Yeah. Okay. This one is in my tortoise versus hare bag. I'm not sure what year this is. It doesn't have a year in it. So
I think the second or third, I want to say.
Might be the first one. I don't know.
No, you might be right, because I'm trying to remember which year we did just a tortoise bag and a hare bag. We did have that a year like that too.
Yeah, we did. I think we have 3 bags for tortoise versus hare.
We do, I want to say. I think we have one where it just has oops for the bunny. Oh no, we have one that has oops on one side and the tortoise on not Timmy.
Tara?
Not Tara. It's one.
That's
it is Timmy. I'm sorry. I was thinking not
Biddy.
Biddy, thank you. I'm my brain. So not Biddy. It had Timmy on one side, although it might have had the one with a hat.
I don't remember.
I don't know. It had turtles on one side and oops on the other. And then you had this one. And then the last, so this is the second one. We had that one. We had this one, the second one. And the third one was another one where you get either bunny or
all turtles are all bunnies.
But it had like all the bunnies.
Yeah, and all the turtles.
Like, because I remember the only one that showed up, like the red one kind of took the attention from all the other ones. The one we were kind of like the demonic bunny, and I feel bad that I gave him away because
somebody sold.
No one bought them. No one bought Red Hot Bunny.
He was cute.
He went to charity. He probably is scaring some child now.
I doubt it. I had a red horse. I doubt that it scared him.
I think I gave him golden eyes. But yeah, he I don't know what I was thinking, making a bright red bunny.
Anyway, this is I had a different hat on this yarn. I couldn't make heads or tails out of the pattern. It just made no sense.
Well, gauge was an issue too, wasn't it? Or is that a different one?
That was a different one. This is another hat. I actually bought this one from this person. I got it at Expression Fiber Arts, and it was meant to be for Davina because it's very fashionable, and you can't really see it very well. The picture
Doesn't give it
doesn't
justice.
do it justice. I'm not sure this yarn is going to do it justice either. I think it's too busy. I'm gonna have to maybe do a different one because every time I see a picture of this, it's in the spotted yarns. But you see that? It's really hard to tell. It's really pretty. It's got post stitches and things like this. It's crocheted. And I was just looking at, I don't know what I was doing. I'm gonna have to take it out and start it again anyway. But I just don't think that this pattern is gonna go with this. I just don't.
Yeah, it might not.
It's too busy. And it'll be hard for her to find something to wear. She really likes this yarn, but if I can find
and it's unfortunate she doesn't wear a lot of the other accessories except the fingerless mitts.
yeah.
And I think is this what weight is that?
It's DK, it's Miss Babs.
I mean, they could make fingerless mitts to be a little bit lighter,
Mhm.
but they could make.
So yeah, so I started this. This has been started as a hat twice,
Uh-huh.
and we'll see what happens to it. I don't know if I'll just take it out and let it rest for a while and see what I
And
want to
think
do with
about
it
it.
or what, but it's just not working the way I want it to work. So we'll see.
Okay, so that means it's me again. So next is this pair. So in my Rebel Scum bag, this is a Silver Shed USA, and this has in it another one of my many not just boring boot socks by Curran Walcher. I actually need to get some work on my Loki ones, which are not just boring.
Dude socks or
I think they are dude because dad is not just boring. Dad is a different one. I think that's my purple one. But yeah, these are my TARDIS socks. This is a wild hair colorway, and I think the colorway is actually something to do with TARDIS. Let's see. Yeah, it's Time Machine, so it's a TARDIS colorway, and she has a very similar color palette that mom does. So I've always liked her yarn, and I do tend to at least pick up one of hers, or I've had a tendency to pick up at least one of hers when I was going to fiber festivals, just because I usually find something I like.
she doesn't usually have DK, so I find it hard to find something.
Right. I mean, although I have as evidenced by this,
It's hard to find though.
yeah, because I've never picked up her yarn online. I've only ever picked it up in person.
Yeah. I've actually gone to her shop, not her shop, her workshop, and picked it up.
Yeah, I don't know if she has an online presence.
I don't think. Yes, she does. Yes, she
Does
does.
she?
Mm-hmm.
Is she have an Etsy or?
No, it's a website.
Okay, because eventually I should just save it.
I have to see if it's still up because I've tried to take Mrs. Helm there occasionally when we go. Once we caught
Like this
her there.
is not a shop though.
It's a workshop, but I never can catch her in.
Yeah.
So it's really hard. You have to. It's
I
kind of.
mean, it almost feels like when I was there, it felt like it was almost storage.
Mm-hmm.
I do have almost a sweater's worth of yarn from that. It's more like a top.
Mm-hmm.
Not with long sleeves or anything. I have it set aside for another pattern. It's beautiful color, like this really rich blue.
Mm-hmm.
Picked up so long ago. But yeah, that's this. I really enjoy the blue and its combination with the black and the white. It spirals like mom's tends to. So
Okay, now I can't show you this. I didn't actually work on it. I just want to show Talia what she's going to be fixing
okay.
because this is my my Thorin's cowl, and I call it Arwen's hooded cowl. And I did something, and I did think back a ways, and I thought, I'm just gonna let her fix it. But look, I only have a few stitches. But you see what I did?
Yeah, I see what you did. Let me
Okay.
go ahead and fix it. And it looks like I forgot to mark one. I thought I did, and I will show it after this.
Oh,
Because I was tired when I was doing my notes.
so do you have another project?
I have one more.
Okay.
But this is an easy fix. I'll just do this really quickly.
You sure it's easy?
Oh yeah, you just yarned over when you shouldn't. That's all. I'll just take out the yarn over. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
But I am hoping that I can have more projects to show you later. But just for the next couple of weeks or so, I think with Christmas and everything,
Well, you tend to do more baking during this
Yeah.
time period, and right now you're obsessed with the book.
yeah. I tend to get that way sometimes, obsessed with.
Yeah, because
different
not
things.
everyone can read and knit like I can. So, it does. Well, also crochet is a lot harder to do
Mhm,
that with.
mhm.
Because with knit, depending on my project, I don't have to look at it.
Well, I tend to read when I'm on the machine. So I do my religious activities, and then the time when the machine is kind of warming up and maybe when I'm cooling down is when I read my book.
Right.
And that's why sometimes you'll say, Mom, are you done yet? Or I'm surprised it took so long, is because I got carried away with the book.
Right. There you go, Mom.
Thank you. Oops. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So my last project, this is in my
And I'm purling with this, right?
no, that should be your knit section. Because you just did pearls. Oh, you're right. You're right. I shouldn't have knit there. I should have purled.
Oh, you knitted these?
Yeah. I wasn't
Can
paying attention.
you take me back then,
Yeah,
please?
I can do that.
Okay.
I forgot where you were in the pattern. I'm in the part where it's the hood. So you
Mhm.
do have sections where you purl part of the way.
Oh, do
and then
you?
you hit the your stitch marker that you lay, and then you knit because the hood itself isn't all.
Is it stuck in it?
Mhm.
Okay.
So that's because of where I'm at. I forgot where you're at.
Right, I haven't quite hit the hood yet.
Yeah, so that's why I got confused.
Look at this. That didn't look quite. I saw it. I saw the difference.
Yes, you did.
I'm improving.
You are. Next step is you being able to fix mistakes.
I tried to sometimes, but I'd always mess it up. And I didn't, with something like this where I'm this far,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Like even if you did it this far, if it's a simple enough mistake, I can drop down and pick. I've dropped down and picked up cables mistake before. Like when I've reversed cables, I've
Right.
dropped down, done the cable the right way, and then pulled back up again.
Right.
So I can fix some pretty complex things. Now, to be fair, you make some really interesting mistakes sometimes, but
I'm talented that way.
you have to be because
That's
honestly,
my superpower.
I consider myself pretty proficient in fixing things. And you're special. So in my Silver Shed USA ornaments bag that Brittany so kindly got for me for designing Christmas ornaments, haven't done that much. I haven't done that all this year. Just haven't had the brain power for it. But I have a pair of Christmas socks in here instead. So these are my Victorian Christmas socks, and I'm using the Victorian scallop sock by Judy Sumner. And Judy Sumner designs, at least the only designs I've seen of hers, they are sport weight, which is kind of cool. This is, and thank you, Laura, for letting me know that this is the reason why they changed the name. The name was changed because they didn't want to have them to be, they didn't want Harry Potter to come after them for copyright. Obviously not the character himself. You know what I'm saying.
That's what you said. Harry Potter.
So this was the colorway Harry. I think it's I don't remember what they renamed it, but it's easy to find because it's an obvious color. I mean, it stands out. You got reds, you got blacks, you got this really rich green, you got gold. It's a really pretty,
very Christmassy.
Oh, very Christmassy. I love the colorway. And it's nomadic yarns. I really like nomadic yarns. This is their Twisty Sport. They also have fingering weights. They have multiple different kinds. I like the Twisty Sport because it has nylon, and then they have they have a fingering weight that has nylon. Not all of them have nylon. I think they do probably have a sparkle one as well. I just tend to go with the Twisty. And the only time I think I've only done their yarn. Did I do another non-sport? I can't remember because I'm pretty sure the watermelon one, that's not yours. I did a different watermelon one for something. And it actually had like little seeds.
Remember that.
For Davina's hat.
Right.
And I think that might have been one of theirs because it was I have some left over and it's in the gobstopper. Which is fun for me. I like having gobstopper. It's worth it for me whenever I finish a gobstopper to pick up another gobstopper because this is a little bit of joy. Yes, it costs a little bit more to get a gobstopper, but the happiness whenever I look at my gobstopper, I don't have multiple gobstoppers going once. It's a little just piece of happiness. And I just like to have one.
And Davina gets you one once in a while.
Yeah. So it just keeps me happy. It's a small thing.
Little things.
Exactly. So this is how it works up. It's actually working really nice with the stripes. So you can see a little bit of the scalloping pattern. I'm sure it's quite pretty on a plain yarn too, but it just is working quite well with this striping. Now on the red, which is a longer repeat, you get 2 scallops per row, whereas the green and the black only get 1 scallop.
And the gold?
The gold, oh yeah, you're right. Gold gets like half a scallop. Gold's a little bit shorter. You know, like the black is actually, no, the 3 of them are about the same. So they get about a scallop per row. And then you have right here where I have the gold at the very top. Now, will it look exactly the same when I get to the second sock? Probably not, just because. And I
Fraternal twins.
yeah, I haven't decided. I think I decided against doing heels and toes. I have to check and see
You
because
have enough yarn?
oh yeah. Yeah, I used one skein last time too.
Or are you just gonna make yoga socks?
No. I actually think I have some left over from the last pair of socks because I picked up two skeins then thinking I would need it and I never touched the other skein. So I think I have some left over from that pair. And that pair is just a not just boring boot sock. So this is going to at least it'll look significantly different enough that it's not like I have two of the exact same sock. So yeah, I'm happy with this pair. This is the other pair of Christmas socks that I need to finish before I'm permitted. Again, finishing one of them is enough for me to allow myself to start another one. So we'll see which one gets done first. It'll probably be the other pair because even though this one got I think they might have gotten started concurrently. The other pair I'm already in the foot for the first sock, where I'm still in the leg for this one. So yeah.
Okay, let me just stop with this because
Well, do you have FOs?
I don't.
Okay, I do. So let me go ahead and pack this away. Now you saw last time Pat's gift, which is packed away. I need to wrap it. Might have been the time before that. This time, the whole reason why I'm able to, I've been spreading out what I'm working on, and I finished. There is my other block. There is my Kingfisher socks. So I'm happy to have another West Yorkshire Spinners in my in circulation, my
Very nice
collection. West Yorkshire Spinners, like I've said in the past, it's just very nice. They're warm without being without feeling terribly bulky.
They're scratchy though. This doesn't feel scratchy as the other.
No, what happens is after you've worn them a bit and after you wash them a couple times, you really don't notice unless I'm having a very bad mast cell day. I might feel a little itchy at the end of the day, but honestly, I don't notice it like I thought I would, and like I was afraid I would, which makes me very happy because I do love their yarn. I think I might be a little shorter on one leg than the other, but it doesn't matter.
That's not noticeable, really.
No, it isn't. If it is, actually, I'm not even sure anymore. So there we go. And once again, I have the juniper for the heels and toes, and Kingfisher for the actual socks. So I'm very happy. This is very different than my owl and my
Robin.
No, it's not the robin. I have the one with the red and the bullfinch.
Bullfinch.
I think it was bullfinch. So owl and bullfinch. Bullfinch was my first pair. It has the cayenne as the heels and toes. Whereas I think I did something. Oh no, the owl didn't have anything for heels and toes. I just went straight owl. And I still have owl left over from the first
pretty
pair.
color.
And I have a second skein because they had sent me two because I'd ordered two of a heavier weight for the owl design, the actual crocheted owl, and they sent me two fingering weight instead. And they let me keep it, and they sent what I actually ordered. Oh, my owl is in here.
Oh, okay.
Like the original owl is in my room.
Yeah, okay.
York.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I was pointing at your random owl over there, but I just wanted to give them an idea. York is with the other. York is on my dresser. He's near my Vega.
Both these are my colorway.
Yeah, no, York I keep on top of my Vega. He's on my dresser. Some of them probably should move over here.
No.
But yeah,
no. Can't even sit in here without animals falling all over the place.
Well, it's a good thing I've slowed down on the animal front.
Yeah.
Davina's disappointed with that, but yeah, there we go.
I'm still waiting for Crystal to do me an owl. Okay. What's next?
So that usually leads us on to shop news, and then we usually go on to
Fashion
enhancements.
I don't really have any shop news except that I have two more colorways to put up in the shop. You've seen them already, so I'm not going to show you again. One is green and one is red. I did put up the unconventional candy canes. That's up in the shop. So yeah, I hope to get busy again with that once things slow down for the holiday season. It's still winter. Actually, winter doesn't start till tomorrow. So I'm going to, hopefully pick up the pace with that. And, but other than that, not really a whole lot going on. I might have some kind of sale after Christmas, maybe the 12 days of Christmas, maybe midwinter. I don't know. We'll see how I how motivated I am. So just keep your eyes open.
Now, I know last year I think I did it. I'm pretty sure last year I did a sale, but this year there isn't going to be a sale. I'm still only partially up. I feel like I have hair like that's, oh, it's on this side. I'm still only partially up. I mostly have to sacrifice beads up as well as my patterns. Come the new year, all the listings will be coming up again. I will be back to normal. We'll be back to podcasting with the normal equipment. I probably would be fine to do it now. I just want to give myself a little bit longer.
We don't want to rush.
Yeah, there's no reason to rush things. So New Year's a good way, just a good way to start everything fresh again.
When is our Zoom? I mean, our live stream.
It's at the last Friday of the month.
That's this Friday.
No, it's not. I'm pretty sure it's after Christmas. Let me bring it up.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's after Christmas.
I can't remember the dates.
Yeah, it's after Christmas. It is the 30th.
Okay. Okay, good.
Yeah, and we don't do anything about Christmas Eve anyway. And now,
New Year's Eve.
Yeah, New Year's Eve anyway. It's early enough and it's not going to affect anyone. It's better than New Year's Day when some people who've done their stuff at night. So
yeah, no, we
So yeah, New Year's Eve. I think it was last year New Year's Eve as well.
We're talking. No, it's not New Year's Eve. It's New Year's Eve Eve.
Is it New Year's Eve? Oh, you're right. Because 30.
Yeah, because if it was New Year's Eve, we might have an issue because I'm going out with Daddy.
Oh, that's right.
So
no, you're right. It's the 30th.
Okay, so that takes care.
You know why I got confused? They have their Sundays grade, and I it's like my brain didn't see the gray.
Okay.
Well, they have their weekends grade. So the weekdays are all I really noticed. Okay.
Okay, so what's next?
I just want to wave my bag. I have been working a little bit every day on the design that's in this bag. It'll be a little while before it comes out, but I'm happy I am actually actively working on something. It's for a while I wasn't. But if something's simple enough, I can work on it while we're praying our liturgy hours. Actually, it's preferred because then my mind's not wandering on other things.
Right.
And that's usually when I get really distracted. I mean, if I'm get distracted anyway, I'm just having a bad day. But I do what I can to try to keep myself focused.
Okay.
So now I can go on stash enhancements. Do you have any?
I do. I have a few.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go first because I have a big one.
Okay. We went to Walmart's the other day, and I think it was Walmart. And these popped out at me. Mike said I could get them. So they're ornaments. This one says Merry Christmas. It's backwards, so I'm looking at it, but hopefully
this should be fine for them. I think it's just backwards for us on the screen.
And then this one, these are so cute. I love the old fashioned.
They do look old fashioned.
Can you see that? Happy holiday. And then this one, I mean, I had my husband just kind of, whatever you want, sweetheart. So,
are those going to even make it to the tree?
Yeah. Aren't they cute?
They are cute.
And Christmas owls. So that's all I have for stash enhancements.
Okay, so mine, so I had to pick up more sugar for us, and I needed to pick up because we were running low on tea sugar. We started picking up our tea sugar through Adagio because Amazon was getting inconsistent, and when I compared prices between Amazon and Adagio, it was about equivalent, and we get points for Adagio towards like free shipping or whatever. So Adagio was just a better deal for us. So what happens is we pick up a big bag and each of us take turns and we fill up our own containers. So it's a little bit low right now because I just filled up mine because I had literally used my last sugar yesterday. So I had to refill to have my tea this morning. So rock sugar crystals. So it'll probably be near empty when you fill yours up.
It might empty.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool to know that one of these fills each of our containers.
I think that I still have a little bit left in mine though.
Yeah, I was literally empty. I was great. I'll leave.
No, I mean, I think I might have some in my bag.
Oh, see, yeah, empty in here. I'm going to leave it with you because I have mine completely full. You'll probably need a refill before I will. And so I had to pick up my January box because I wanted to make sure that it didn't run out on me.
I'm not doing January.
The only time that I really absolutely want to do it is for December and January, which is my birthday. And this year, one of my teas made it into the box for my birthday.
If my tea, I know my tea made the list, but it's not in January, so I'm not going to do it. I need space between the communities.
Yeah, you should have done it in October. Was it October 30th? That was a special day for your character?
Oh, September 30th.
September 30th. Although October's kind of an iffy month. We were talking about like what months, like this month.
No, September was the iffy month.
September was an iffy month. We had
somebody gifted us one.
Yeah, someone gifted us one, and we were really appreciative and all that. It's just that we found that during certain times, and maybe it was just the type they chose that.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Oh, it was excellent.
We were so pleased.
Oh, they're so sweet.
We just found out that some of the teas in that time period weren't necessarily teas we would have chosen. That happens. It can happen anytime.
And it could be just that batch.
Yeah.
But I've consistently been happy with winter teas.
Mm-hmm.
Now they do tend to do a bit more chais.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't actually have too many chais this time. I think chais is a little more fall.
It's the spices and stuff. I like the usually I like October through about February. That's my favorites.
December, January is a good time period for me. So I wanted to make sure I grabbed that before they ran out. And then I realized that I got a few more things. I was already at the point where I was okay. If you get a certain amount, if you pay a certain amount, they were giving us free things. Mm-hmm. And I already got enough to get the reindeer.
That's how I got this mug.
I got enough to get the reindeer fuel, mm-hmm. which I am almost out of. We use this for lattes.
I have that unopened still.
Yeah, so this is I need to make a latte out of this at some point again. So I got some more of that, and then I realized I just needed a few more points to get a free mug.
Mm-hmm. They ran out of this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, which is actually fine because I know they're different. Yeah. I wanted to pick up this one anyway. It was one that I really liked when we did this month. This is from this month, Viking Prince. So I grabbed this. This is I didn't know it at the time, mm-hmm. but
How to Train Your Dragon.
Thank you. I'm sitting here like that's not the name of the movie. So yeah, How to Train Your Dragon. I've actually never watched the movie all the way through.
I watched the first one, but not the others.
I simply didn't care enough.
I watched part of the other ones. Davina really likes them.
I really enjoyed Norse mythology and all that, so I took a picture with my Norse mythology book and my Silmarillion because Tolkien was highly influenced by Norse mythology. So that's
I bet my order comes in today after the podcast.
Probably. And so this is reindeer fuel. Then I was like, well, I need to fill out my order and a few other smaller ones I wanted to try. So I had 2 ones called January I wanted to try. They're slightly different. They don't have let's see, this one has peppermint, chocolate chips so it's peppermint and chocolate. That's this January here.
I think that's the one I held back on.
I think this one might. Yeah,
I got Irishman's.
Yeah, this one I think is Irishman's, and this one has vanilla, peppermint, and cream. So I've been wanting to try one of his teas.
His teas are good.
Yeah, I've never tried one of his, and then this one I've consistently liked this.
Is that Woody's?
This one Woody's, yeah. And it's the chocolate mint coins. I always love those chocolate mm-hmm, coins, mm-hmm. And he's usually pretty good at capturing flavors.
Yeah, he is. He tells you how to brew it so it tastes best.
He usually brews it with milk a lot of times, and this is chocolate, peppermint, and chocolate chips. So it's when you lok at it, it's like chocolate, and then he has add-ons. Cocoa nibs. So it's like I'm looking forward to it. It's super chocolate. I'm betting he suggests this with milk.
Yeah, he's very good. Very good.
Then I needed one more to push me over, and I picked up Appa. It's mocha nut mott and hojika, both of which I love. And
I like mocha nut mott, but
look at Appa.
That is a Last Airbender.
Last Airbender, and yes. As much as I would have loved to have gotten Zuko, Appa's tea, I saw what was in it and I'm like, I love Mott. I love Hojika.
I forget which one I put on my wish list.
Azula had a good tea.
What was it? I put one of them, but it wasn't like a character I necessarily liked.
I was so mad that Azula had a good tea.
Because I wanted to have one from what's his name?
The uncle?
The uncle.
I didn't like Iroh's as much.
No.
I was so annoyed.
No.
Like, why doesn't Iroh have a team I like? I think that what's her name? The waterbender. I think she had a tea you would like.
Yeah, one of them I got one tea on my wish list. I think it was hard for me to find any in that group that I liked, but it was a character that I wasn't really overly.
Yeah, I thought it was Azula. Now I do think that I can't do names right now, but the Earthbender. I think she had one that was super spicy.
I forget her name. I keep getting her. She
it begins with T. It begins with T. Tough.
She reminds me. There's a character in the book I'm reading right now that reminds me of her. So I get the names mixed up.
Oh, okay. That's a good way to remember her though. Like tough. Oh, okay, one off because it fits. So this is the free one I got. I'm really happy with it. It's just enough different for moms, and it's also different from my other one, which I for some reason didn't use today. I think I just grabbed the one I had used last time, and I should have actually planned to open this instead of like not planning at all. But yeah, so I was happy. I know technically I don't need any more mugs, but I always need a new mug.
I always have to have new mugs.
And
my husband always says, "What do you need another mug for?"
And it was free. I know if you spend more money to get it, it's not technically, but I didn't spend like I still got other stuff I actually purchased for it, so it is free. I didn't pay for the mug itself. Besides, I did want to try Appa. I'll just have to use my needle to poke a hole here.
I'm trying to. I can't. I don't know how to do this on my phone.
What are you trying to do?
I want to find where it says, more by this person.
Oh, hold on. You hit their name.
It's hard to do on the phone.
So you want to look at all their, yeah.
I don't know which one
I want to see it was Azula.
Let's see here. It's Earl Grey, Kojika. This one, Pabu. Rooibos,
that's
vanilla
right.
chai, and rooibos caramel.
That was the one that was from the Legends of Korra, which was the second series after they were all grown up.
And then the other one I kind of like was Suki. Rooibos orange, rooibos vanilla.
You actually likes the Suki character.
Yeah. But I didn't favorite that one. I only favorited Pabu, I think.
Yeah. Well, that one was very much in your flavor profile. Okay, so there we go. There's my mug.
This was bugging me. I had to figure out what it was.
Very nice. So I'm happy with it. It's got a red theme to it. It's different from mom, so we won't be mixing each other's up. We do have sometimes that problem with the Adagio mugs because they are the one that actually has the Adagio symbol on it because they are exactly the same. So we just try not to use those at the same time.
Right. Doesn't always work.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so that's all we have for that. I
don't know how I stayed awake this time.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
No, I'm happy with it.
Okay, so that's about all we have. We really don't have much for home stuff.
There's Christmas coming up. I know I need to wrap presents. Amazon thankfully does a lot of wrapping, so I think that over half my presents are wrapped already.
And I have a wrapper. I just give them to Davina. So I give them to Davina and I do whatever she can't do. And my husband takes care of his stuff. So
yeah.
But I do have to do some baking and we have to kind of get out of here so my husband can have lunch and we can maybe go for a walk and all that kind of stuff. This podcast and the next one are probably going to be on the shorter end, although this seems like we might have done longer than we thought we would.
Yeah, I think we did. I forgot to turn on the timer this time. Well, I actually had a little more energy.
Yeah. So, don't be surprised if these are a couple of short ones, and hopefully we'll get back on schedule provided Talia can stay awake.
Yeah, and we like we said, we might do a slight change. So we don't have quite as long of an intro. We don't necessarily need every week to rehash quite the details.
We'll work that out later.
Yeah.
I will try to put threads up in the next week and a half or so that you can start looking at that. In the meantime, we want to thank you for joining us for the Fun in the Woman Cave here. We want to wish you all a very wonderful week. It's almost Christmas. We want to wish you a happy Christmas, blessed Christmas, and Merry Christmas. And we hope to see you here again for the Fun in the Woman Cave next week. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast. I'm sorry. Before we go, thank you to Brittany, Emma, and Margaret, and whoever else commented. We appreciate all your comments. And if I missed you, it's because I didn't see you. Anyway, wish you, like I said, a very blessed week and Christmas. And those of you who are celebrating Hanukkah right now, we wish you a happy Hanukkah. And this is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 533. And that's a wrap.
Bye.